In today's video, we will be discussing why people resist changing their mind. Let's begin. Changing your mind sounds simple, but in reality, it's difficult, even when new information is available. So, why does this happen? Why do people hold onto beliefs, even when they're challenged and there's new information? Beliefs don't just store information, they help stabilize how we see the world. They create a sense of consistency, and consistency feels comfortable. It reduces uncertainty, even if it's incomplete. So, beliefs aren't just ideas, they're part of how we stay oriented in a complex environment. Beliefs are connected to identity, how we see ourselves, and how we understand the world. They're also connected to comfort because they create familiarity, and familiarity feels stable. And over time, they create consistency, a pattern that feels reliable. So, when a belief is established, it becomes part of a larger system, not just a single idea. When a belief is challenged, it doesn't always feel neutral. It can feel personal because that belief is connected to your identity and stability, not just information. So instead of evaluating the new information, the mind reacts to protect what already exists, what feels stable. And that reaction happens quickly, before deeper thinking has time to engage, without conscious awareness. So the challenge isn't just external, it's really internal. It disrupts what feels consistent. So instead of changing, people reinforce what they already believe. They look for support. They focus on confirming information and filter out what challenges it, often without realizing it. Over time, this strengthens the belief. It becomes more fixed, more resistant to change. Not because it's always correct, but because it's been reinforced repeatedly through attention and repetition. Understanding this changes how you respond. It creates space between disagreements and reaction. Instead of assuming someone is irrational, you start to see the structure behind their thinking and what's driving it. And that shift matters because it reduces immediate conflict and increases clarity. One of the most useful things you can do is to stay open for a moment longer before reacting. Not to agree, but to understand what is being said. Because openness creates space for new information to be processed instead of rejected immediately. And that space is where change becomes possible over time. Changing your mind isn't easy, but understanding why makes it possible because it shifts the focus from being right to understanding more clearly. And that shift takes pressure off. It creates space for better thinking, not instantly, but over time. And over time, that's what leads to real clarity.